Thank you for coming.
No worries.
Feel free to help yourself if you want one. Guess a little bit more of a formal introduction. I'm Brandon.
Travis.
Nice to meet you. All right. Okay. I guess I can start off with getting to know you a little bit better. What do you do here in Lethbridge?
I am the general manager at Plum Restaurant.
Okay, a restaurant. Where is this restaurant?
6th Street, downtown.
Okay.
6th Street and 4th Ave.
I'm gonna have to visit there sometime.
Great.
How long have you been in Lethbridge for?
Oh, God. Back for about 4.5 years.
Okay.
I did my first 2 years of college here.
Oh, you went to college here?
Yeah.
Cool.
Years ago, and came back and gone, and back and gone, and I've been back for about 4.5 years.
Okay, so you took the culinary course, right?
No, business.
Oh, business, okay, yeah. Alright. How long was that program?
2 years. 2 years here, and then you can transfer to get the degree.
That's kind of like the CJ.
Yeah.
Right. So, I guess the reason why we're here is to talk about that break and enter scenario.
Yeah.
I would just like from right away from start to finish, tell me what happened, and I will not interrupt you.
Cool. Well, I was the last one to leave my house around 8:30 in the morning. Doors were locked, windows were locked, everything was closed. I came home and the back door smashed in. I went to check the house. Looked like everything was rifled through. There were drawers rifled through. There's a couple credit cards that are missing. There was 2 pairs of diamond earrings, jade bracelet, and there was something else. Something else is gone. I think it was appraised around $12,000 of stuff that's gone. There's a house around the corner that there's been people pissing me off. I'm sure they're all druggies. There caught a guy shooting up in the back alley one day. Yelled at him. He told me to piss off, and so I'm sure it's somebody around there.
Okay. Is that everything? Before I move on?
Yeah, I came home and his house was broken into. So I don't know
Of course,
what else to tell you.
Yeah, that's perfect. If it seems like I'm ignoring you, I don't mean to be rude. I'll just be writing down a few things. So you said you left the house at 8:30, correct?
8:30, yeah.
Where were you going?
To work.
Okay. All right, so the back door entrance is the one that that got broken into, correct?
Yeah.
And it was broken into by smashing through the door? Was it
It looked
glass
like it was
door?
kicked in.
Kicked in, okay. Did you notice any other way that he had left the building, or do you think he had left through that same back door?
Nothing else was open or unlocked, I'm assuming. Assuming it was the back entrance again.
Okay. Did you notice at that back entrance any kind of prints, or like shoe prints, or any kind of like dirt being trailed into your building?
Yeah, I think there was a scuff on the door.
Okay.
From what looked like a shoe, that's why I assumed it got kicked in. I don't think there was much dirt. Maybe there was some dirt on the mat, but Probably, I don't know if it was from me or from someone else coming in.
Okay, I'll just remind you to try to make sure that you don't touch anything at that door, just in case if there is something there that we can find. Did you have any kind of security measurements other than locking the doors at your building?
No.
No kind of cameras or
There are no
security
cameras,
system?
no security system. Not yet.
It's a good idea. Do you have any neighbors nearby that could have seen it?
I think the lady across the street, I believe she's the one who called it in. But I asked some of my other neighbors and nobody saw anything.
Did you happen to talk to the neighbor that did call it in?
A little bit, yeah. She said she just noticed that there was some movement in the house and she knew that I was at work and so she called it in.
Are you the only one living in your building, or is there
Yeah,
others?
no, just me. I get my daughter on weekends, but just me usually.
Okay, it's just to follow up on that person you saw shooting up in the alley. What did this person look like?
About 5'11", maybe 6 feet, 200 pounds. I've seen him walk around the neighborhood for a little while. He usually wears a dark ball cap. Caucasian.
And this building that you've had problems with, do you know what that address is, or like how many doors down it is?
It's around the corner. It's a brown bungalow. The deck in the front. There's a detached garage. The peace sign spray painted onto it. And there's usually a red car parked in the driveway. I don't know the address.
The peace sign is spray painted onto which part of the building?
Onto the garage door. In the back.
Can you explain what kind of problems that you've had with this building?
Well, the guy shooting up in the alley. There was one time a little while ago. There was a girl who approached my daughter, and I didn't like that. And I was charged, but it was dismissed after she approached my daughter, assuming to get drugs or something. I don't know. She seemed messed up on something.
Okay. And you've only seen these two people appear out of this building?
There's people coming and going all the time, but
okay.
Those seem to be the two who are there most.
Okay. With this, does anybody that you have talked to know anything about the person that broke into your building? Any kind of features?
No, like I said, the lady across the street, she said she saw some movement and she knew that I was gone, and so she called. But I suspect it's them. They've given me trouble in the past, but I can't prove it. And no one else saw anybody.
Did she have them tell you when it happened?
I think it was around 10:30, 11. I'm assuming the why is to gain some valuable items from your home. You said there was, just to refresh this, what was stolen? 2 pairs of diamond earrings. There are 2 credit cards that were missing, which I've canceled. A jade bracelet and a pearl necklace.
And you estimated that value at around
12 grand.
12 grand. Okay. So other than the door being kicked in, do you know anything else of how they were going through your house? Probably just random search. Anything?
Yeah, there's other drawers throughout the kitchen drawers were left open. Their bedroom drawers in the dresser drawers were rifled through and left open. So on my bookcase there was books taken out and on the floor.
Any other kind of damages or?
Just the door. Just the door was broken. I'll have to get that fixed and the frame and.
Just to make sure, but there wasn't any kind of weapon left or seen on the person that went into your building?
Not that I know of, no.
Was you told as to where the person left to after exiting your building, or was it seen?
I have no idea.
Nor method of travel, like by bike or car or by foot?
There's some footprints in the snow, but
So, with this, you would assume like they were successful with what they wanted to accomplish going into your building.
Yeah. They got what they wanted.
Was there anybody you were expecting at your house at all?
No. No one.
Or anybody that also has a key to your house?
No,
Just
no
you?
one else has a key. No.
Okay.
There's my house cleaner. My house cleaner has a key.
Okay, your house clean.
She comes once a month.
So I would just like to summarize some of the things that you told me just to make sure I have it right. So you left the house at 8:30 to work. The back door entrance was broken into by being kicked in. There was no other entrance that was broken. There was a scuff on the door to where it was kicked. There was no security system in the house other than the locked doors. Neighbors were the ones who called it in. Neighbors saw movement inside the house and knew that you were at work, so they called it in, but they didn't see any kind of weapon or any description of the person. It's just you living in the house, other than your daughter that visits on weekends. The person that you saw in the alley was 6 foot, approximately 6 foot and 200 pounds, wearing a dark ball cap and is Caucasian. The building you're having problems with is around the corner. It has a deck, a detached garage, and a peace sign sprayed on the garage door. There's problems with the building that you mentioned, namely the guy shooting up in the alley and the woman that approached your daughter. You think that it happened at 10:30 and between 10:30 and 11 o'clock a.m.
Yeah.
2 pairs of diamond earrings were stolen, 2 credit cards which have been canceled, jade bracelet and a pearl necklace, all coming together to $12,000. There was plenty of drawers left open in the house. Your bedroom door was open, and your bedroom was rifled through with books from your bookcase being put onto the floor. Damage to your house was only the door that was kicked in and the frame that was there. There was no weapon seen or left at your building. We don't know where they went afterwards. It's assumed that they came in on foot through the footprints in the snow. Suspects successfully got what they wanted. No one was expected to come to the house, and the only person that has a key to your building is you and your house cleaner.
Yeah.
All sounds good. Is there anything else that I haven't mentioned that you want to tell me?
I don't think so. Like I said, just it's really frustrating to being close to a drug house again. The neighborhood hasn't before. We have problems with them, and they're just getting out of hand. It's getting ridiculous. It's a problem in the city, and I don't know what to do about it.
Well, this is a good first step in telling us about it. So, I just have something I would like for you to sign. Let's see, consent release form for letting me interview with the camera. I'll just need you to sign the bottom, and this will be filled out. Thank you. If you do have any more questions or anything else you would like to tell me later that comes to mind, you do have my number, and feel free to tell me what you'd like to, or if you want to set up another interview if you do have a lot more to tell me or something new comes up.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
For